evening, racing fans. Welcome to Racing Action from Grand River Raceway for this Wednesday evening. 18 minutes to our first race, and should be a great night of racing. Note the track condition listed as fast, and it says light rain, but disregard that. There's no rain. 24 degrees Celsius. Let's get a look at the changes on this evening's card of racing. Note race number 1, no changes. No changes, race 1. In the second race, there are no changes. In race number 3, no changes. Race number 4, number 3, solid as a brick house, changing steel to aluminum shoes up front. Steel to aluminum up front for number 3, solid as a brick house. In race number 5, we have scratches of 5, Tabard on the green, and 6, green lollipop. Scratches of 5 and 6 out of the 5th. Race number 6, no changes. No changes, race number 6. Race 7 will go as programmed. Race 8, no changes. Race number 9, no changes. Race number 10, no changes again. Those are all the changes. Once again, note races 1 and 2. Race 1 will go as programmed, and the second race, no changes. A lot of races this evening with no changes, and we also have no change in who is our handicapping expert and co-host for the evening, Sugar Doyle. Sugar, it says light rain, but I think that's not correct. It's beautiful here, and how you doing, buddy?
Doing all right. And I'm going to take your word for it, Gary. If Gary says no rain on this parade.
Chief meteorologist. One thing I should tell you is, of course, you know we've had some adjustments, last-minute adjustments out of race number 5, scratches of the 5 and 6. Yeah. That changed my plan for the pick 5. Did it affect you?
Sure did. And I made a change. Originally, I was letting TV know, let's go with 2 in place of 5, because 5 was coming out. And then what pops off the page for me? Bob McClure, driving 4, his one and only drive on this evening's card. He showed up last week with Redland Rocket Man, one and only drive, and he romped. He's home in 26 and 4. Since then, Redland Rocket Man has come on to win at Woodbine Mohawk Park. So Bob McClure, his one and only drive on the night, comes with 4, Yacht Club in the 5th. I'm going to include that one on the end of my pick 5 with the 3, 4th gear.
That seems pretty smart. Now, I added the 2 and 3, but Yacht Club. Well, you know what? We're going to see how it's going to go.
Beware of Bob McClure for his one and only.
Well, I gave him his nickname Primetime before he was Primetime. I kind of got ahead of the curve on it, and
right.
Yeah, I nicknamed him Primetime when he was still he was more just a lightweight Primetime, but then it really kicked into gear, and of course then he went downtown and he's had lots of success. So yeah, I love it when people.
How's our double barrel look tonight?
Double Barrel Daryl. There's another nickname I think that is stuck now, and he seems to have been gunning them very well since getting Double Barrel Daryl. So, and he's been doing so well here. We'll have to look ahead and see how many he can get. But he had 6 last Friday night. Since then, he's only been winning 2 or 3 a day. Well, he had 4 on Saturday, so he's been a slump.
Slow week, right?
Yeah. He's still spending the money that he made here since Friday night. We'll be back with about 7 minutes to host time. We'll get more into that pick 5 ticket with you, Sugar, and some other ideas on this evening's card.
Sounds good.
Winbank Farm of Ontario is home to outstanding sires, including three-time millionaire pacer tattoo artist who is new in 2025, the last great son of the legendary Some Beach Somewhere and multiple stakes champion Beach Glass, Meadowlands Pace and Ontario Sire Stakes champion Lawless Shadow, and the richest pacing stallion in all of harness racing history, the great Hall of Famer Mick Wicked. Also standing at Winbank Farm, Archangel, Better Than Cheddar, Betting Line, My MVP, and Trixton. For more information, visit winbankfarm.com.
I'm Natasha Day. I train and drive harness racing horses at London, Ontario. These are my main products that I use in my racehorse barn that are all Omega Alpha, the Biotic 8, the Immune Plus, the Anti-Flam, which is great for the horses after they've had a hard day racing. The Biotic 8, I swear by it. Get all the dapples out, gets the old coat out, gets everything pumping and moving and makes the shine really come out.
Hi, welcome back to the show, everyone. You're watching Grand River Raceway for a Wednesday evening program. 10 races on tap. And as always, we're going to start things up with Pick 5 ticket ideas. $5,000 guaranteed pool, of course. Opening up as early co-favorites are both the 4 Probability and the 6 Stonebridge Alien. Nothing yet for heavy play on 7 Bar Down Brisbee, my top selection. But we'll see how that goes as we near post time. 7 minutes away from the first of 10 fast and dry conditions. Let's get a look at Pick 5 ticket ideas. My own is going to come up front here. Let's bring on up the race 1. Pick 5 ticket idea for yours truly. So here we go. I went outside in the opening leg to 6 Stonebridge Alien and 7 Bar Down Brisbee. We're liking the chances for that outside starter. Showed plenty of gate speed in the career debut and stayed around for third. Did show a final quarter there, 28-2 for a trip 58-1. Jason Ryan, one of my favorite drivers to chase after at the river. Outside post, no worries, I'm thinking. Number 6, Stonebridge Alien, is going to be my plan B. Now, he's been coming close. He's been showing on occasion that he can liven things up and likely to show a little more with this field. This seems to be a softer spot for Stonebridge Alien. Another one that could show some gate speed here in the opener. And again, I've left that 4 Probability out of my selections. For the Pick 5, anyway, I've got it pegged as a third best play, but my top 2, I'll stick with 7 on top of 6, using both of them to start up the Pick 5 play. I'm going to go 3 deep. Race number 2, we've got a Prospect Series event for 2-year-old trotting fillies. And lots of inexperience in there. One first-time starter and number 3, Sweetest Tricks. Going to be my top selection in there, though. I do like the qualifier in the latest for trainer Herb Holland. Scott Young on board. Came home with 28-2 in the latest qualifier. That's good enough for me. My 3, Sweetest Tricks, top selection, first-time starter in race 2. Also including the 2 and 4 there. We're going to go 2 deep in the third. A pacing event. Number 3, Sea Life Hanover. Louis Philippois listed this evening. This one trained by Luke Blais. I know Gary's a big fan of Luke Blais starters. So number 3, Sea Life Hanover. And the third kind of popping off the page. Also including number 6, All Time Rock. Austin Sorey's been doing good things in recent starts at the river. A big 152-4 victory for the upset in the latest from Post 8. So Post 6 does not bother me at all for All-Time Rock in the third. Fourth race, still on the pace for that, claiming event, and I've got this race, the fourth race, pegged as the most wide-open event throughout this sequence, so I'm going to go 5 deep in there with a 1, 3, 5, 7, and 8, one you'll want to go deep on likely for race number 4, and on the end of it, number 3, fourth gear, my top selection. I was including the 5, but that was a late scratch. Take out 5 and 6. For race number 5, I saw Bob McClure with his one and only drive on the card for number 4, Yacht Club, so that had me leaning towards that one for the substitute in the 5th. 3 and 4 on the end. I'm in to go for $24 on a 20-cent wager for this $5,000 guaranteed pool Pick 5 opportunity. Gary Guy standing by with his best go on the early Pick 5 at the river.
Well, I got to tell you that we have 2 races identical, and I can also tell you I make my picks yesterday, so we don't see each other's picks, but yet in the first race, we got it the same way. We're both on Bar Down Brisbee, and yet the fans were a little slow to come to Bar Down Brisbee, but they do like Stonebridge Alien. In the second race, yeah, this is a difference of opinion, and, I might be slightly having some buyer's remorse with Massive Victory, but I still have it on top. But that first start here, boy, wasn't great. But I also think that she flashed some stuff in a couple of qualifiers that I liked. And For Life is Great might actually be the one that I like on top now. But I'll still say that those are my 2. I don't have the first-time starter Sweetest Tricks, but I can see your logic in there. Race number 3, we're identical again. It's All Time Rock, Sea Life Hanover. see that race the same way with you. And I do agree that the fourth race, that's the one that I widened out the most. And three of them we have similar with 1, 3, and 5. But you went to 7 Jazz Bet This Lady on the bottom after those same three. And I went to Missed Amber. But we like the same top three there, the 1, 3, and 5, those odd numbers. And, well, you added in the other odd number. Might as well stay odd. And yeah, exactly. And in the fifth race, you know, man, I really like your logic on Yacht Club. But I went after they took out Tavern on the Green, which was my single in there. Then I wound up with Northern Genius in fourth gear, the 2 and 3. I took a horse out of the first so that I could have an extra horse in the fifth. And $12.80 is the new price.
That's all right, Gary. You know what? You mentioned it. We don't talk about our picks prior to the card. There's no emails or really going back and forth, no phone calls. And we come up pretty close on this sequence, both agreeing race number 4 looks to be the one where a price could show up, could occur there. Go deepest of all, likely for race number 4 of this sequence. Conley Ecclestone's been taking his best shots on these multi-leg wagers this meet, and he's been showing up with a few long shots here and there. So for Conley's ticket, he goes 3 deep in the opening leg with a 4, 6, and 7. 2 deep in the second race trotting event with the 4 and 5. And on the same page with us for race number 3, all of us are using 3 and 6. Conley goes the deep way in race number 4, 1, 3, 5, and 8. His single, he likes to use a single here and there. He's going to be on to Northern Genius in the final leg of the pick 5. Conley in for just $9.60. Pretty good ticket structure there for Conley. $5,000 guaranteed pool pick 5. This is a go-to wager, folks.
There's a look at the paddock camera, sponsored by the Ontario Equine Education and Employment Program. Field on post parade for race number 1. One is the True Play, Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen, and A1 Stable and Blair Kidd. Number 2, Jam Mazingan. I guess. Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Joe Muskokeman. Number 3, All Defying, Scott Young for Jeff Williams and Martin Stables. Number 4 is Probability, Jay Harris for Lacey McCabe and Glenview Livestock and Cheryl Cherry. Number 5 is Lamar Problems, Austin Story for Kevin Botts and Mary Christopher. Number 6, Stonebridge Alien, Travis Embry for Sean Stacy and Hudson Standards. And number 7, Bar Down Brisbee, Jason Ryan for Paul Ritchie. Field of 7, race number 1. And, well, Sugar, the fans are not warming up that much to our top pick. We both love Bar Down Brisbee. I like this one even more the more that I've looked.
Same here, Gary. I mean, career debut, flashing early speed from post 7 to sit 2 at a quarter 28 and 2, and still has 28 and 2 speed left to use on the end of it for the final quarter. So for me, great learning curve for the colt son of Sunshine Beach, Jason Ryan, one of my favorites in the driver's seat there at the river. I have no problem backing Bar Down Brisbee as a huge player here to take the opener. like his chances, and like you, I love that price.
Yeah, very good price. Would be nice to kick off the pick 5 with that price. I did not expect to
Indeed.
get a price at all on 6 Stonebridge Alien. I thought that that 56-2 last time out would jump off the page to a lot of people, and it has 2-5.
He's overbet though, Gary. For me, Stonebridge Alien has never been a favorite in his young racing career. He did show forth. He was out a long ways through the final half. Does have some gate speed. Should the connections try to use it here with number 6 Stonebridge Alien? I'll give him a shot at the top 2, but I just couldn't back him for the win spot at 3-5.
You know, with that much money, probably is also a heavily bet in the pick 5. I'm having wishes that I left the 1, the true play, in because, well, Jody Cullen's barn certainly can be a true play.
Sure can. Anytime the Cullen Barn shows up at the smaller tracks of Ontario, I mean, they do fine. They do great at Woodbine Mohawk Park. But when they go into Flamborough, Georgian, London, Grand River, they're usually worth a strong look. And you're getting a first-time starter in the 1 TH True Play, Travis Cullen on board. The whole family does well, including Travis's sister Ashley with Ed Hensley. Yeah, they're always worth a look at the smaller tracks of Ontario.
I kind of went out of order on the video team. Your third one was number 4, Probability. You think a slightly higher probability than the 1.
Yeah, this one actually opened up as a favorite, Gary, and I was a little worried when I saw that, when I didn't include this one in the opening leg of the pick 5. But always tough, in my opinion, to use a 2-year-old against older horses. I mean, the 2-year-olds are leaving from post 1, 2, 3, and 4 here. They get the inside advantage. And then you've got a 3-year-old at a post 5, 3-year-old at a post 6, and another 3-year-old outside. So for me, I got to leave the 2-year-olds along in top spots when racing against older. And
number 2, Jam Mazingan. I'm not sure if I'm even close with the name. I just haven't figured it out. But this is one that qualified here, and the qualifier was pretty good.
Qualifier does look all right. Does show a break early going, 2 back, but the latest qualifiers. And great idea to bring this one up. Always tough for us as announcers, for first-time starters when we're not sure how to pronounce a name. I love it. When a tough name might have a starter too, you can always go back to a track for a replay to see how the original announcer called it. But not an easy task for us announcers with the first-timers, right?
I think I'll go with Mazingin. It zings off the tongue a little bit easier. 16-1 right now.
Zing it.
Yeah, that'd be a nice zinger to kick off the ticket, but I didn't have it. Number 7, Bar Down Brisbee is the one we both have on top. It's the true play, and Jim Mazingin and All Defying, along with Probability and a little more problems, and Stonebridge Alien and Bar Down Brisbee. Field of 7, race number 1 on a wonderful Wednesday as the field is wending their way towards the start. Field is at this start of the rough, and Bar Down Brisbee and Stonebridge Alien, they're going to leave out well. And now Probability is going to press on through. And Probability on the inside, Stonebridge Alien and Travis Henry is going to press on to get the lead. Probability is second. Bar Down Brisbee caught on the outside and is wanting to maybe take back and squeeze on into the 3 spot. Jim Mazingen is racing position 4th, then a little more problems and the true play, and then it is back to All Defying, and they race their way up towards us off a 27-3 opening quarter. Stonebridge Alien is 2-1 on the board now, and then Probability, and now a little more problems, moves on the outside as Bar Down Brisbee is still on the inside holding on to 3rd, but on the outside a little more problems is coming on, and now shares 3rd, and now has 3rd alone, and is moving up on the outside. They race their way past the half with Stonebridge Alien at 2-1 still with the lead, 57-1 halftime. No more problems on the outside, trying to give Stonebridge Alien a problem. Probability is third. Bartown Brisbee is on the inside, fourth and all, defying and Jam Mazingen. And then it is the True Play, who's back trailing the field. Stonebridge Alien is still strong on top. No more problems has been out a while now, and probability in the pocket position has a probability to win. 125 and 4 the three-quarter time, 28 and 3 third panel. Off stride Stonebridge Alien. So now a little more problems is going to inherit the lead, but probability is high probability on the inside because now is driven on through. And probability and Jay Harris as they come on down the stretch drive, getting some urging though. Probability, a little more problems, and now Bartown Brisbee looking to dart down to the inside. Probability of Bartown Brisbee. And on the outside, the True Play, making it close with probability in the center. Three-way photo, 157 and 1. Well, Bartown Brisbee is going to be in a photo with the True Play. We'll see how it turns out because, sometimes when they're far apart, it's a long way from the inside with Bartown Brisbee to the outside with the True Play, and then probabilities in the center, and that's who the camera people think it was, so just not sure, Sugar.
I'm going to want to see this slow-mo. I mean, they weren't getting home a whole lot. 31 and 2 on the end. Stonebridge Alien, I thought tonight was going to be the night, but rough gated and then off stride out of the final turn. So here it is, getting very, very tight on the end. For me, it looks like a 4, and that one took the earliest action, but I just couldn't put a 2-year-old on top here against older horses.
I'm beginning to think it's the 1, but we'll see. We're going to see this slow motion, only because on the outside, the 1 is coming into this picture really rapidly and is not there. It is the 4. So I wasn't sure on that one just because when they're far apart, you're just not sure. And I know that sometimes the outside is farther ahead than you think because of how far apart they were. But it was interesting because, probability kind of looked funny when they were turning for home. Jay had to kind of chase this one a little bit, and then he kind of woke back up.
You know what? Off the pocket ride, there wasn't a whole lot left for this one after three quarters. Kind of got lucky with the 5 or the 6 horse making a break in front of him, and then the 6 goes outside, and that brings the 5 out even wider. So, 5, little more problems, might have been your winner there, if not being shoved wide when turning for home because of the breaker, and that would have been something. An 18-1 starting up a pick 5, $10,000 plus in this pick 5 pool, Gary.
You did mention that probability took a fair amount of money, and that money ended up being right. Took the late money, too.
The early money was smart money, and the late money even smarter.
It's a 4-7-1-5, and back in front of us is number 4, Probability, a 2-year-old Big Jim Bay colt owned by Glenview Livestock and Cheryl Cherry. Lacey McCabe is the trainer. Jay Harris, the winning driver. Probability, takes his career debut. 157 and 1. The first race payouts for Probability, $5, $330, $240. 7. Bar Down Brisbee, 410, 260, and 1. The True Play, 340. $2 exactor, $24. Dollar Try, $32.55. Dollar Super, $395.40. The first race, Silver finish from the top. 3, 5, 7, place 6, 1, 4, 6, place 7 for interference while off stride. 2. That's 3, 5, 6, 1, 4, 7, 2.
We're back, folks, and we are set to talk about the early pick four because we are out of the running for the early pick five. Number four, probability, capitalized off of a miscue by the pace setter, Stonebridge Alien in the opener. This one was sitting right in behind in the pocket and, kind of got away from them through the stretch, but they were coming to him at the finish line. A four across, wild win photo. One to circle up for next time will be the one. TH True Play, the career debut, made up a ton of ground and was well by them all just after the finish and was pacing away. So circle up TH True Play for next time out, wherever that one shows up for Team Cullen. Race number two then, pick four. Ticket ideas, let's bring them on up. The pick four play features a $2,500 guaranteed pool. Opening leg for me, I'm using 2, 3, and 4. My top selection in here would be the 3 Sweetest Tricks. A first-time starter here, Scott Young teams up with trainer Herb Holland with that one. Over to race number 3, we're on 3, Sea Life Hanover, and a 6 All-Time Rock. Both kind of popping off the page in there. Could be a solid exactor box play. You've got Louis Philippois coming in to drive the 3. Austin Sorey stays on the 6 and the 3rd. The fourth race, all of us cappers, Gary Guy, Conley Ecclestone, myself, we're all going deepest of all. Race number 4, we all expect that one, the best opportunity to maybe pick up a price player. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 for me in the fourth. On the end of it, race 5, fourth gear will be on many tickets at opposed 3. I've also included number 4, Yacht Club, and Bob McClure's Lone Drive on the night. $12 even on a 20-cent wager. We'll bring up Gary Guy's early pick 4 ticket idea as well. We're kind of similar here throughout the sequence. Gary went 4 and 5 in the opening leg. His top selection there was number 5, Massive Victory. Then he went 3, 6 in the third. His top selection there being 6, All-Time Rock. Gary going 4 deep in the fourth using 1, 3, 5, and 8. And on the end of it, race 5, he went to Northern Genius and fourth gear, the 2 and 3. Gary in for just $6.40 on the 20-cent play. Again, a $2,500 guaranteed pool. Pick 4 play here. The pick 5, race 1, was well supported, $10,000 plus pool. Let's bring up one more ticket idea from a friend of the show, Conley Ecclestone. Conley's early pick 4 ticket starting up race 2. He went the 4 and 5. We're all on the same page for the third race. All of us using 3, Sea Life Hanover for Wah, the 6 All-Time Rock for Sorey. Conley goes 4 deep in the fourth with a 1, 3, 5, and 8, and he does single up. Number 2, Northern Genius, making the second career start for Blake McIntosh, Travis Henry on board. Conley single in the fifth. Conley's ticket, just $3.20 for the 20-cent play. Best of luck to all racing and playing along tonight. It's the early pick 4 at the River coming up next.
Field on post parade for the second. 1 is Mushy Peas. Jason Ryan for Greg McNair, Barbara Wells. Number 2 is Time L'Envoy. Gino Toscani for Desiree Jones. 3 is Sweetest Tricks. Scott Young for Herb Holland and Hut Racing. 4 is Life is Great. Trevor Henry for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing and Tim Klemenczyk. And number 5 is Massive Victory. Travis Henry for Blake McIntosh and Hut Racing and Ozzie McKay and Stu McIntosh and Penny of Hope Stables. Field of 5, race number 2. Well, let's get a look at number 3, Sweetest Tricks. And, well, the 6-1, so a sweet price to start this pick 4. Maybe you could get one down at a price and get rolling.
I am going to chase after Daughter of Trixton, who I hope is just having a little fun here. Got the trotting hopples on, has had a couple of qualifiers for trainer Herb Holland. There she is back down trotting. Scott Young, first time for the answer, sitting behind this one. It appears James McDonald was on board for her 2 qualifiers. But anytime Scott Young shows up at the river, I always take a very close look at the horses that he sits behind. And this is one that I'm going to back tonight. There's tons of inexperience in this prospect series, Lag 1 division. All the rest of the horses in here, just one career start under their belt. And I don't mind the 2 qualifier angle for this. And she came home in 28-2 in her latest qualifier. So she's got a motor under the hood here, 4-1 currently. The Sweetest Tricks and Scott Young.
You know, one that I think I have buyer's remorse that I didn't take this one on top. It's 4 Life is Great. And talk about somebody you've got to pay attention to when he shows up here. Trevor Henry from close by.
Ooh. Indeed. Trevor Henry. I know him well from London. When I showed up in London, 11, 12 years ago, Trevor Henry was the man there. And I was lucky enough to call his 5,000th career driving win. And since then, he's gone on to win many, many more at the big track of Woodbine Mohawk Park. And you're right, Gary. Anytime he shows up at a half mile or 5/8 in Ontario, he's well worth looking at. And number 4, Life is Great. Could be the one here for co-owner trainer Blake McIntosh.
Well, and he's from close by here, so Trevor loves
Indeed.
this spot. And Life is Great. A good final quarter in that qualifier. How about number 2, Timel Envoy? Well, you know, that race at Mohawk June the 26th, at first glance you see 5th beaten 23, but you got to dig a little deeper.
Well, this is the lone daughter of Green Manalishi, and I've liked these, the offspring for that sire. I do like the start 2 back in the qualifier when leading all the way, kind of got away from them up and towards 3/4. 128 and 3, 29 flat through the third, just a little bit light on the end of it, but still sub 2-minute speed. And honest, right? She's got 3 qualifiers under her belt and 0 breaks. Does have a premature debut under her belt where she finished 5th. Just hoping for the best. This was taking 2-1 second choice action.
And that was a pretty good middle half, 57-1 in that June 20th qualifier.
Uh-huh.
And look, we got to get to 5 Massive Victory only because it took this one on top. And look, the race here, boy, came home 32-3, so that might scare you away. But also a couple of qualifiers at Mohawk, one of them 59-3.
Yeah, look for some improvement versus the career debut here. Good friend Ozzie McKay, he's on the ownership line with trainer Blake McIntosh. Travis Henry, catch driving assignment. So many catch driving assignments for these trotters in here.
Yeah, the Henrys, Trevor and Travis, sitting side by side, and I took both of the Henrys for Blake McIntosh, who trains both the 4 and the 5. We'll see how Blake's tandem fares, but it's Mushy Peas and Timel Envoy on the inside. In the center is Sweetest Tricks, to the outside. Life is Great and Massive Victory. Field of 5, race number 2, the Prospect Series, 2-year-old trotting fillies. Field for the second race. is at the start of the rough. Life is Great, Massive Victory. Then Sweetest Tricks and Time Envoy. And Mushy Peas is back trailing the field. Life is Great and Massive Victory. They stride together, but they're in the 2 and 3 wide path. And Time Envoy on the inside. But Life is Great pressing on, and Massive Victory on the outside. Massive Victory is going to come on and take the front. Massive Victory, Travis Henry. Life is Great and Trevor Henry is racing second, then Time Envoy third, then Sweetest Tricks and Mushy Peas 30 and 1 opening quarter, and the field works on up towards us, and it is Massive Victory, and Travis has the lead in front a couple of lengths right now, and then Life is Great racing second. Time Envoy is positioned third, then it is back to Sweetest Tricks and Mushy Peas off a 30 and 1 opening quarter. Massive Victory at 7 to 1 is being followed by the 1 to 5 Life is Great, who's in the pocket. Gets a little urging to kind of stay on up close to Massive Victory. Then Time Envoy and Sweetest Tricks and Mushy Peas, and 101 and 2 is the halftime. Massive Victory on that lead is in front by 2. Life is Great. Time Envoy now is looking to time things and is on the move on the outside. Time Envoy is coming on and is alongside Life is Great. That pair is both a length and a half back of Massive Victory, who rolls by 3/4. Massive Victory at 7 to 1 still has the lead. Time Envoy second, 3/4, 132 and 1, and Life is Great is still on the inside and in the hunt and moves up a little tighter now to Massive Victory and looks alive at Massive Victory. Life is Great and Time Envoy as they turn for home. Massive Victory off 3/4, 132 and 1, might still have something left, and Life is Great has to try to track down Massive Victory. Massive Victory at 7 to 1. Life is Great, Time Envoy, and Sweetest Tricks 202 and 2. Massive Victory. That was a nice price to kick off that pick 4 with Massive Victory.
Look at you going, Gary Guy. Top selection, right?
Well, you had to forgive the last race and then look back to the 2 previous qualifiers, and there was some nice stuff to see in there. And then it also helped that Massive Victory, I mean, got the fractions that would help benefit. 3/4, 132 and 1. He was able to come home strongly.
Yeah, that middle half of 102, this daughter of Muscle Mass kind of put the sleeper hold on them, Gary, and had tons left for the drive home. The Henrys finished 1-2 with the McIntosh starters, and nephew Travis gets the better of Uncle Trevor in the second race. Opening leg of the pick 4 at a price.
Yeah, I liked both of Blake's fillies, and I felt even better when I saw Trevor had to keep his awake a little bit, and that Travis was kind of getting things his own way.
Great learning curve for both the McIntosh trainees. I mean, you had Massive Victory, who now we know doesn't mind the front end, and just, again, nice breather. Great job by Travis to rate and settle this one down on the lead, and when it came time to sprint, both of them got home well. I mean, the final eighth, likely 14 or 15 seconds. A Massive Victory, though, just a little too much for them. What a price, 7 to 1 starting up.
Well,
Really good 4.
I said I had buyer's remorse. It's just that I, still kept looking at that last race. But he said, forget about that last race. Watch me get back to the winner's circle. Massive Victory is back in front of us. A 2-year-old Muscle Mass Bay filly on Hunt Racing and Penny of Hope Stables. And Stuart McIntosh and Ozzie McKay. Blake McIntosh, the trainer. Travis Henry, the winning driver. First win, second start. Massive Victory, 202 and 2. Second race, payouts 5, Massive Victory, 1610, 390, 240. 4, Life is Great, 210, 210. And 2, Time Envoy, 240. $2 Exactor, 27.50. Dollar Try, 28.55. Dollar Super, 51.50. 20 cent Super, 10.30. Double to 4 and 5, 57.20. The Prospect Series, 2-year-old. Second race order finish coming up in a moment. Second race order finish from the top, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1. That's 5, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Hey kids, do you like to write stories or poems or draw pictures of horses? We're running 2 contests from now until August 31st with a total prize money of $3,500. For the Youth Literary Derby, Ontario students in grades 3 to 8 can submit either a short story or a poem with Standardbred theme. Poems and stories are judged separately. If you like to draw, then the Youth Art Derby might be for you. This one is open to students in grades 3 to 12, and you can do a drawing or a sketch of anything Standardbred related. Check out our website for more inspiration and more information, bgracingalliance.ca.
Fans note there's a claim entered in race number 4, a claim entered on number 7. Jazz Bet This Lady. Field 4, race number 3 is on parade, and 1 is All-Star Bruiser Jason Ryan for Matt Dupuis and Mike Saftik and DOP Racing. Number 2 is Super Puncher Pat Houdon for Tomai Mechanical and William Cripps and Nelson Craig. Number 3 is Sea Life Hanover, Louis Bois for Luke Bland Determination. And number 4 is Wicked Dancer, Jay Hammers for Sean Stacy and Hudson Standabrand and William Hunter. And number 5 is Parlay King, Paul McKenzie for Bill Budd and C.E. Lawrence Stable and Greg McNair and Jason Batter. Number 6, All Time Rock Austin Story for Brian Ramsey. And number 7, Chase the Cheddar, Garrett Rooney for Cassidy Schneider and Colonel Schneider Jr. Field of 7 for race number 3. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, why not start with All Time Rock? Because last time out, post 8, and, well, that did this colt in, right? No.
Post 8 at Grand River Raceway on a half mile, when it was a half mile track, was the kiss of death for most of them. But you know what? The 8-hole on this 5/8 track, not a problem for many that have that gate blasting speed. And that's exactly what this son of Rocket Image had in the latest. 26-4 from the outside gate in the latest for the upset victory. I kind of liked him in there. Going away winner. A winner by 7 and 52-4. Life best, of course. He dropped his mark by some 7 seconds or almost that. I mean, he was a winner at 8-1, but one more like a 3-5 shot.
Yeah, 52-4. It's not like he stole the race. I mean, he legitimately was the best. Number 3, Sea Life Hanover. Well, $210,000 yearling purchase, and Sea Life Hanover is one that didn't see a lot of life last time out in the race because it ended early.
Made a break early, and that took every chance away. He was a heavy favorite on that occasion as well. Sea Life Hanover is going to reunite with driver Louis Philippois. We mentioned Bob McClure has a one and only drive in the 5th race this evening. Well, this is Louis' only drive on the card, and he's familiar with the son of Captain Treacherous. He's been 2nd and 3rd in 3 of his last 4 outings. Tyler Jones got the call last time out, but Louis gets the call tonight. Expect a whole lot better and a whole lot more. Maybe from Sea Life Hanover, Louis on for Blay.
Scoring him down just a little bit, and he looks pretty good. You know, if you don't like the two, they're getting all the money. 15-1 on Super Puncher is enticing.
Right. I mean, he's honest enough. He's been showing a 54 speed in recent starts and always in the hunt, right? You go back to early June over Grand River Raceway, a couple of wins, and then a third, and then 2 runner-up finishes for number 2 Super Puncher. Definitely one to consider for the tries in Superfecta. But to win this race, Gary, you want to be showing 52 speed. Both the 3 and 6 can do that.
Well, we both have the same top 3, but then we have a difference of opinion on who to round out the ticket. And you went to the outside, and you're chasing G Money for a piece of the Super.
Well, post 7 doesn't bother me with Chase the Cheddar, because even if he had the rail, he'd likely be sitting near the back of the bus. There's absolutely no gate speed for number 7, but he can finish up very strong. He does show a second in 53 and 4, 2 back, and then he's passing horses in the latest on the wide side to show up in 5th and 54. So right now you're getting 21 to 1. He's the longest shot on the board, and I think he's worth a serious look on the end of the Superfecta. Friend of the show, Sammy Uprichard, likes the chances for Chase the Cheddar. He's a big Garrett Rooney fan.
The one that I threw on the bottom is for Wicked Dancer, and this is one that missed a start before that last one, July the 2nd, comes back on the 7-day rotation now, and also saw this one at Flamborough back in May race fairly well, and thought maybe there's a little more in Wicked Dancer, and it is Sean Stacy. I got a lot of time for Sean Stacy's horses, so Wicked Dancer 9 to 1.
Yeah, Jay Harris already in the winner's circle, and this one appears to have some gate speed to work with. And yeah, you might be onto something. Maybe fire the 4 in those tries and superfectas here as we go postward.
But the fans are all agreeing that it's the 6 and 3 that are the most interesting in here, and they can't quite decide which one. Slight favoritism to All Time Rock, but not by much. It's All Star Bruiser, Super Puncher on the inside. Sea Life Hanover, Wicked Dancer, Parlay King in the center. To the outside, All Time Rock and Chase the Cheddar. It's a field of 7. It is race number 3 on a wonderful Wednesday as we are gathered at the river. Field is in the backstretch, approaching the start. And the field for the 3rd race. At the start of the rough, an All-Time Rock is going to rock and roll early. Sea Life Hanover also seen getting out. And then Super Puncher, Wicked Dancer, All-Star Bruiser, Parlay King, and Chase the Cheddar trailing. All-Time Rock is going to rock on up to the opening quarter with the lead now. Sea Life Hanover is about 2 1/4 back, racing position 2nd. Then it is Super Puncher, Wicked Dancer, All-Star Bruiser, Parlay King, and Chase the Cheddar. All-Time Rock 1 to 9 on the board. And right now, looks good on the lead in front of Sea Life Hanover, who is seen 2nd, Super Puncher. Behind those 2, 3rd, then Wicked Dancer, All-Star Bruiser. Chase the Cheddar is past 1. That is Parlay King off a 27 and 3 opening quarter. All-Time Rock in Austin, sorry, looks to rock on up towards the half, and Sea Life Hanover is about 2 back. Super Puncher 3rd. Wicked Dancer holds on to 4th, and then All-Star Bruiser. Chase the Cheddar is going to step to the outside and trailing Parlay King of a half of 56 and 4. It is All-Time Rock. All-Time Rock in Sea Life Hanover. Super Puncher, Chase the Cheddar, is chasing up well now and is racing 5th, popping up from 3rd, Super Puncher. It is All-Time Rock who's enjoying the lead, but now Super Puncher wants to come up and land a punch on All-Time Rock, but All-Time Rock says, yeah, stay back there, goodbye, and now opens up, and it is All-Time Rock who leads by about 4 or 5. Sea Life Hanover, Super Puncher, Chase the Cheddar on the outside, Wicked Dancer on the inside. Off 3/4, 126 and 3. All-Time Rock on down the stretch, Robin. All-Time Rock is showing you that last week was not a one-off. It is All-Time Rock rocking and rolling at the finish, 54 and 3. And then 2nd is between Super Puncher and Wicked Dancer. And on the outside, Chase the Cheddar, 154 and 3. But, well, the total board told a story, and then Austin Sorey and All-Time Rock went out and confirmed the story.
Yeah, that was just training mile for money, it appears. 1 to 9, heaviest of faves, big middle half breather of just 59 seconds flat, and very comfortable in finishing up 28 speed on the end. Could have went a whole lot more, of course, but why bother, right? He won quite easy as it was. Great to see All Time Rock make it 2 in a row for owner trainer Brian Ramsey. Austin Sorey wrapped up winner here. Just tippy tap reminders to maybe pick it up on the end of it, but looks to be a winner by 7.
One thing I'm a big fan of is when you have two horses that are taking all the money, splitting them on the exactor ticket, and we managed to get that done because it looks like Super Puncher and Pat Houdon, who we both thought was the third best one in terms of looking at the horses, came up and got onto the exactor ticket because Sea Life Hanover stayed up a little closer and then paid for that later on.
Yeah, the second choice, number 3, Sea Life Hanover, might have been on a line in there. Gary kind of had his head cranked around a bit following the opening quarter mile and kind of loose lined throughout. So when other challengers came up alongside, really had no answer. Got passed by the 2, 4, and 7 late. So might be back to the drawing board for number 3, Sea Life Hanover. Maybe an equipment change for next time out.
Yeah, so if you did go 6 on top, which a lot of people would, then at least you're not looking at the shortest exactor, so you get the 6-2 Super Puncher with All Time Rock, so a little bit better price. But boy, I tell you, All Time Rock, last week that looked like a bit of a one-off in terms of just the way that this one raced, but no, not at all.
Following the quarter mile, Gary, this horse just strolling down in front of the grandstand, and Austin Sorey had a big hold of him. This horse was tugging quite hard on Austin, so the body language and him going by the grandstand after the quarter mile, he was going to be an easy winner.
And he does just that, and back in front of us, the winner of race number 3, number 6 All Time Rock, a 3-year-old Rockin' Image bay colt, owned by Brian Ramsey of Godrich, who's also the trainer. Austin Sorey, the winning drive. It's the second win this year, 2 in a row for All Time Rock, and third win lifetime, All Time Rock. Rockin' and rollin' to victory in 154-3. Third race, payout 6 All Time Rock, 230, 210, 210. 2 Super Puncher, $6, 430, and 4 Wicked Dancer, $360. $2 exactor, $12.80. Dollars ride, $22.65. Dollar super, $97.75. 20-cent super, $19.55. Stadium. It's a field of 7. It is race number 3. Third race, over a finish from the top, 625-3714. That's 625-3714 on the bottom. Field on post parade for the fourth. One is Waiting on a Woman, Travis Culliver, Jody Cullen, and Ron Cullen. Number 2 is My Only Sunshine, Austin Sorry for Mark Winnicott. Number 3 is Solid as a Brick House, Garrett Rooney for Cameron McQueen and John McQueen. And number 4 is First Philly, Shep Brett McDonough for Mitchell Tierney and East Coast Captains. 5 is Cora Cora Cora, Jason Ryan for Shane Barrington and Max Stable. Number 6, Plaisir, Anthony Hahn for Kayla Henry and Natalie Willette. Number 7, Jazz Bet This Lady, Travis Henry for Roger Gebhardt and Carol Gebhardt. Claim entered. And number 8, Missed Amber, Scott Young for John Pentland. Let's get a look at this field for the fourth race. And, well, Sugar, we're going to look at the odd numbers. Number 1, Waiting on a Woman, 3-1 on the board. Winner here, 2 races to go. Last race, not quite as good.
Well, you know what? The last race, she had not raced in a month. Now, the horse players didn't seem to mind that. They did make her a favorite in her latest, but she needed that start. I think you can expect more tonight. Now, I'm not going to say she's going to win easily, but she can win here, and I'm going to expect a whole lot better. I like the way Travis Cullen had her at a post parade, just kind of keeping her sharp, waking her up a bit. 7-2, value playing price right now. I don't think there should be a really clear-cut favorite in this race. Maybe a clear-cut long shot or two. But for me, this is a little more wide open. And I do like the odd number angle for a superfecta, 1357. But I wouldn't be leaving the 8 Missed Amber off that superfecta as well.
Number 3, Solid as a Brick House is my top one. And here's one thing that you like. Steel to aluminum shoes up front. And also, right. You know what? I like that last race.
Right. I mentioned to you last week that I've been tuning in to the desk show at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and one of Randy Waple's favorite angles is that steel to aluminum shoe up front. And that's what you're getting with number 3, Solid as a Brick House. A strong fourth in the latest when traveling first up for a long ways. 4 back over Woodbine Mohawk Park, nosed out in 151 flat. Anything close to this mare's A game should put her right there at the finish, and G-Money on board at a 4-1 value price.
Number 5, Cora Cora Cora, is the favorite at 2-1. Well, off of back-to-back wins, so I kind of understand the favoritism, although I agree with you that it's a wide-open dash.
A must-play. Those 2 victories by a neck have both been for Shane Barrington, who took over the training duties for the June 19th start. Jason Ryan on board, stays on, and likely to have her on or near the lead early. Cora Cora Cora, she's a must-play.
Well, we'll go to the other odd number, even though I think Missed Amber is better. But 7, Jazz Bet This Lady. And now with the claim in, I think you might be headed in the right direction with the 7.
Our friend Robert Reed Jr. on the commentary shows, he used to say there's no tomorrow for the connections when a claim is entered, and that's what you've got with number 7, JS Bet This Lady. 1 claim entered. Travis Henry already in the winner's circle tonight. I expect a whole lot more for this long shot. JS Bet This Lady at 16-1.
Yeah, and raced from off the pace last race, but they didn't go enough up front for a pretty good mile. So JS Bet This Lady, even though her back half was good, wasn't able to make up a lot of ground. I went to number 8, Missed Amber on the bottom. This is one that's getting a fair amount of money because last time out, second beaten a neck from off the pace. So maybe Missed Amber can come right back to that.
I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I went with the odd-numbered angle, but I would not be leaving 8 Missed Amber off my superfecta ticket here. No way.
Well, you have one Waiting on a Woman, and, Solid as a Brick House is one that I think has a good chance to cement a victory in here. It's Waiting on a Woman, My Only Sunshine, Solid as a Brick House. On the inside. In the center, First Philly Chip, and 3 Coras, and to the outside, Plaisir, Jazz Bet This Lady, and Missed Amber. It's a field of 8 for race number 4. And there at the start of the rough, Chance Bet This Lady missed Amber down to the inside, solid as a brick house, and then Cora, but solid as a brick house, and Cora, the top two, as they race on to the opening quarter. But now solid as a brick house is going to mortar on and lead by about 2 1/4. Cora, second. Chance Bet This Lady is third. Missed Amber fourth, waiting on a woman. First Philly Chip, My Only Sunshine, in place here is currently placed 8. Solid as a brick house, mortaring along on a lead of 2 lengths, 26 3 opening quarter. And then the 3/4 is second, and Chance Bet This Lady racing third. In front of Missed Amber, then waiting on a woman, is racing fifth and is still waiting. And then on the inside, First Philly Chip, and First Philly Chip is being followed by My Only Sunshine, who's moved out and then placed here, but solid as a brick house. It's 7-1. Leads 55-1. It's a solid half, and on the outside, Chance Bet This Lady is moving up alongside Cora. Cora still second. But now Chance Bet This Lady has taken over second. Then 3/4 is on the inside. Missed Amber's racing fourth, and then First Philly Chip and waiting on a woman. My Only Sunshine, and then place here. But solid as a brick house in G Money, solidly by 3/4 in 123 4. And Chance Bet This Lady, and then Cora, Miss Amber, and First Philly Chip and waiting on a woman, and My Only Sunshine, and place here. Solid as a brick house, Chance Bet This Lady, solid as a brick house as they come on down this stretch drive. Solid as a brick house, and on the outside, Chance Bet This Lady's getting a little bit closer. Solid as a brick house, trying to hold on. But, it is close with Chance Bet This Lady. I'm just not sure. First Philly Chip, 154 flat. Chance Bet This Lady might have just stuck a nose on front, but because I bet or took 3 solid as a brick house, I'm hoping that that's the way it turned out, Sugar.
Well, either way, 3 wins it or 7 wins it. Both of them never better. It'd be a new lifetime best for either one or both if it happened to be a dead heat. Chance Bet This Lady, we mentioned no tomorrow for the connections as there was a claim entered, and we expected more, and she showed a whole lot more. Travis had her in play early, sitting third, and then found a 2-hole ride through the third quarter. And now she finds herself in a photo finish with number 3.
I think she stuck a nose in front just at the very finish, But, it's going to be close when you see the slow motion. And
right.
I played it safe, and partly because I was cheering for the 3, I knew I was kind of biased. And if I've ever been wrong calling the finish, it's when I have a vested interest.
Well, I know you and Connolly both went 1, 3, 5, and 8 in that leg of the multi-leg wagers. I had no problem throwing the 7 in there, just cause.
Yeah.
And sure enough, when the claim shows up, I had to like her even more. And indeed, there's your big winner, 24-1 upset. And she's over some serious prices for second and third.
Oh, absolutely. That's a beautiful one to land in onto the ticket. As Chance Bet This Lady is one that you did like. I threw in the 8, and, that didn't work out at all. But the one you threw in is coming back to get a picture taken. Number 7, Chance Bet This Lady, 5-year-old Betting the Line Bay mare, owned by Carol Gebhardt. Roger Gebhardt is the trainer. Travis Henry with the double on the evening. And Chance Bet This Lady, first win of the year, 10th lifetime, 154 flat. fourth race. Payouts 7 Jazz Bet This Lady 50, 50, 20, 70, and 15, 40. 3 Solid as a Brick House 760 and 520 and 4. First Philly Chip 590. $2 Exactor is $600, $36.70. Dollar Try, $1,200, $11.40. And a 20-cent try of $240, $228. Note the 20-cent Super Pay 734 All. That is 734 All, $988.24. Fourth race, so we're finishing the top. 462-358-17. That's 462-358-17 on the bottom. And note the claim of number 7, Jazz Bet This Lady. The new trainer will be Roger Gebhardt.
How it is.
Fans note the new trainer for Jazz Bet This Lady is Rafael Barraza. Rafael Barraza will be the new trainer. Field 4, race number 5 on Post Parade. 1 is Southern Cowboy, Garrett Rooney for Gerard Demers and Antonio Tangretta. Number 2 is Northern Genius, Travis Henry for Blake McIntosh and Northfield Farms. And number 3 is Fourth Gear, Semi-Filia for Scott McEnany and Hut Racing. 4 is Yacht Club, Bob McClure for Gerard Demers and Mark LeMay and Sylvia Caron and J.R. Mervois. 5 and 6 are scratched. Number 7 is Stonebridge Mac, Trevor Henry for Scott McEnany and Aristi Versakis. 8 is Ace 44 Magic, George Ketros drives and trains and owns. And number 9 is Lifting Legend, Austin Sorry for Dominic Ladew and the Staple. It's a field of 7 for the 5th race, Trotters, 2-year-old trotting colts and geldings in the Prospect Series. And, well, let's get a look at this field. And where do you want to start, Sugar?
I think we're going to go with the 3. My original top selection here, number 3, Fourth Gear. A first-time starter for trainer Scott McEnany. I do like the way this horse shows the quick speed on the end. 29-2, first time behind the gate in the qualifier. 28-4 the next time. So going in the right direction. This colt son of Archangel looking to make a big splash in the career debut with Semi-Filion on board. 4-1.
And, yeah, that's a decent enough price because I didn't think you'd get quite that. The 3 is my second choice. And the one that you went to and is getting a lot of love because I think you've steered some people that direction, Prime Time Bob McClure and Yacht Club.
Well, Bob kind of steered myself in this direction after his big win last week with Redland Rocket Man. I got a little message afterwards from Bob saying, he liked that colt. He was there to drive that colt to a victory. And so same idea this week when he shows up to drive his one and only in number 4 Yacht Club here in race 5. Now, the horse players were on this one heavy early, opened him up as a favorite. Right now, he's a lukewarm favorite at 5-2. Now, he does not show as much on the program page as the 3, but Bob McClure has been on board him in the 2 qualifiers, so he knows what he's sitting behind tonight for trainer Gerard Demers, and I'm hoping that price goes up a little higher. I was thinking he might fly under the radar a bit.
Well, the next one I want to talk about is one that, back in the second race, I took both of Blake McIntosh's horses on top and in the right order, and, made me look like a genius. So I'm here with Northern Genius as my top one, another one sent up by Blake McIntosh.
Northern Genius, right? Post 2, Travis Henry. And one thing is clear with me from watching Travis Henry drive over the tracks of Ontario since I've come in from Alberta. Travis loves to win in bunches, and he's been there twice tonight already from 4 outings, both price players, 7-1. Your top selection back in race number 2, and then just now, JS bet this lady at 24-1. You're getting 4-1 for Northern Genius. Again, Travis Henry trying for the driving triple. Travis loves to win in bunches.
Northern Genius has some similarities to Massive Victory, who won in the second for Blake, and in so much as 2 decent qualifiers and then a last race that left you a little bit kind of thinking, 7th beaten 20 1/4 last time out. It didn't matter for Massive Victory. It was beaten 21 3/4, and I'm looking for the same scenario here for a second start for Northern Genius, 9-2 on the board. Southern Cowboy is one that you also, I believe, have a little bit of liking for. Now, that 29-1 final quarter probably catches a bit of your attention.
Well, it does not hurt that Gerard Demers has another one in here at a post 4 in Yacht Club. So Demers' second trainee here is the one, Southern Cowboy, making the first parimutuel start. Put the trotting hopples on him last time out and trotted home in 29-1. So looking to turn things around here in the career debut. Southern Cowboy at a price. Garrett Rooney. And there's that 4, Yacht Club. Handsome Son of Crixton still taking that 9-5 action.
So, and a quick thought on Lifting Legend, because he's taking a fair amount of money at 5-1. Had a break last time out.
I just can't get there from the trailing spot, Gary, especially with a young horse, young 2-year-old following out. I'd rather see the nose on gate, but trailing spot, very tough for any trotter or pacer, and a 2-year-old even tougher.
Did show a 59 back half after that break, so at least did show that can trot up a little bit. And while the field taking up their positions, it's now a field of 7. Southern Cowboy, Northern Genius on the inside. 4th gear, Yacht Club and Stonebridge Mac in the center. To the outside, Ace 44 Magic in the second tier. Lifting Legend. Field for race number 5. The Prospect Series nearing the start. And they're off. Stonebridge Mac leaves out for Trevor Henry and Northern Genius and Travis Henry on the inside, as the Henrys have the top 2 spots and Southern Cowboy 3rd. 4th gear broke stride. Southern Cowboy is 3rd. Yacht Club right now is sailing along in 4th. And then racing position 5th is Lifting Legend and then Ace 44 Magic. But right now it is Stonebridge Mac who's got the lead. And Northern Genius is moving along smartly in 2nd, about 2 lengths back. Southern Cowboy is racing 3rd. Yacht Club is still sailing 4th, 32nd opening quarter, as it is Stonebridge Mac and Trevor Henry is pretty still in the back, just relaxed along past us. And then Northern Genius is racing position 2nd. Southern Cowboy, Yacht Club, Lifting Legend, well back Ace 44 Magic. Off a 32nd opening quarter, field heads their way and up towards the half. Stonebridge Mac at 7-1 has the lead, but Northern Genius is in a good spot in the pocket with that toe just a length and a half back. And there goes Southern Cowboy now. Y'all's moving quickly on the outside. Southern Cowboy has come on to take over 2nd and is bearing down on Stonebridge Mac. Northern Genius 3rd. Yacht Club is racing on the outside, position 4th, and then 5th is Lifting Legend, and they head on to 3/4. Stonebridge Mac is still sharp. Stonebridge Mac, as they head by 3/4. Yacht Club, well, threw out anchor and went off stride. Southern Cowboy, and on the inside, Northern Genius, but Stonebridge Mac is leading Southern Cowboy, and then Northern Genius on the inside. 3/4, 1:31-2. Stonebridge Mac and Northern Genius and Southern Cowboy, but Stonebridge Mac continues. Stonebridge Mac, as they come to the finish at 7-1, is cruising. Northern Genius 2nd, Lifting Legend 3rd, and Ace 44 Magic, mile of 2:01-2. Well, Travis got the better of Trevor in the 2nd, and Trevor said, hey, come on now, I'll show you who's the boss here in the 5th.
The uncle, Trevor, reverses roles, right? He was cutting this one out with Travis in the pocket, and that's the way they would finish. You nailed it. When this horse was coming down in front of the grandstand following the quarter, you mentioned relaxed. And relaxed he was. He was very comfortable on the mission up front. There were no challengers, no takers through a middle half of 1:01-2, and he's home and cooled and 30 flat. Trevor never lifted a line.
And then we do have to look at the break on the 1 Southern Cowboy, because finished 5th, and we do have a high 5 here. The thing with Stonebridge Mac, too, is this is a first-time starter, and the qualifier was just kind of an even qualifier, just 2:04-2, but you know what? 2:01-2 here, and didn't need to go any more.
Very nice reach on this Colt Son of Green Manalishi, and that's what we've seen from his first couple of crops. I was watching qualifiers over Woodbine Mohawk Park for his 2-year-olds this season. Very laggy and a very long reach. And that's exactly what you have with number 7, the Stonebridge Mac, son of Green Manalishi out of Stonebridge. Encore, the homebred for Stonebridge Farm Limited, was sent out by Scott McEnany. And Scott is part of the ownership as well there. Fine job, Trevor Henry, rating Stonebridge Mac to his first career victory in his first start. Good to go.
I think we would have had to go back and look at that June 13th, the first qualifier, a 58-2 back half. That's kind of, now when you look at it, it jumps out a little bit more, and you can see that he showed that he's got that kind of ability. Well, back in front of us, there is Stonebridge Mac. It's a 7-2-9-8-1. The inquiry pertains to number 1, Southern Cowboy, off stride in the stretch drive. But 7, Stonebridge Mac, a 2-year-old Green Manalishi Bay colt owned by Scott McEnany and Aristi Versakis. Scott's also the trainer, Trevor Henry. Victorious Stonebridge Mac in 201-2. And fans, the judges ruling that number 1, Southern Cowboy, did not violate the braking regulations and will stand 5th. Fifth race, or finish, a rather mutual price is 7, Stonebridge Mac, 1710, 740 and 390. 2, Northern Genius, 350, 240. 9, Lifting a Legend, 350. $2 Exactor, 49.90. Dollar Try, 141.25. We'll have a high 5 carryover into the final dash, 1857.38. 20-cent pick 3 is 364.24, and we had a 20-cent pick 4 of 696.87. And how about that 20-cent pick 5, 6,236.33. Merry Christmas. The fifth race order finish from the top. 5, 2, 6, 7, double scratch, 1, 4, 3. That's 5, 2, 6, 7, double scratch, 1, 4, 3 on the bottom.
We are back, folks, with a look at the back half of this Wednesday evening program. How about those prices on the multi-legs coming back in race number 5? Well over $6,000 on a 20-cent play for the pick 5, and that's what we've got starting up here in race number 6. The pick 5 play covers the final 5 races on the night, and to go along with it now, a high 5 carryover in the finale. A fabulous looking son of Green Manalishi, a Stonebridge Mac, product of the London Classic yearling sale, was on top all the way for Trevor Henry to capture race number 5 to end that massive pick 5 payout. So let's get a look at some late pick 5 ticket ideas. We'll bring up tickets for yours truly, Gary Guy and Conley Ecclestone. For me in the opening leg, I'm going to single up a number 5, Aaronwood Big Mac for the new connections. A good friend of mine, Dave Aliciolio, out of Michigan, his most recent purchase from Ongate. Tim Myers now training Anthony Hahn on board the 5, Aaronwood Big Mac, and we're going to go with this one to start up the pick 5 play. A big single here, currently at 3-1. We're going 4 deep, race 7. The middle leg, race number 8. We're on the 4, Don't Quit Your Day Job, and 6, Top Dealer. Going deep again in race number 9. Deepest of all, in fact, going inside 1 through 5. We've let the 6 off the ticket. And in race 10, the finale, we're on the 1, 6, and 9. Johnny Law, we love in that finale on the rail. 20 center, $24 even. Gary Guy has a pick 5 ticket idea as well. Let's bring up Gary's best go on the late pick 5. All right, for Gary, he's gone 2 deep in many places. He's using 1, the Fun Police, and 5, Aaronwood Big Mac to start things up. Gary going 3 deep in the 7th with his top selection being 5, Harbor Light Ambrose. 6 and 4 for Gary in the 8, Top Dealer with Don't Quit Your Day Job. Then he's on the 4 and 3, Wicked Discovery and Saki Bomb. And then in the finale, Gary opting for 1, Johnny Law. I knew he'd go there, plus the 6, Convoy 22. Gary's in for 960 on the 20 center. One quick look at Conley Ecclestone's late pick 5 ticket idea. Conley Ecclestone. Might be some time here for his pick 5 play. There it is. And he will single up. Oh, he's with me for Aaronwood Big Mac. And now the action is coming. Odds on 4-5 currently. Conley's going big. Not staying home on this one. He's in to go for $19.20 on the 20-cent pick 5 play. Again, the early pick 5, over $6,000 returning on a 20-cent wager. Best of luck to all racing and playing along with the late pick 5 at the River.
Field for the 6th race on parade. Joe's nifty 50 pace, and 1 is the Fun Police. Sammy Philly for Scott McEnany and Aristi Versakis and Kentucky Farm. Number 2 is Newton Street Bomb, Nick Stewart for Ryan Stewart and Triple S Equine. Number 3 is West Coast Dreamin', Scott Young for Jeff Williams and Martin Stables. Number 4, your attention please. Garrett Rooney for Jeff Williams and Martin Stables. Number 5, Aaron Wood, Big Mac, Anthony Hunt for Tim Myers and David O'Macaulay. And number 6, Freight Full of Gold, Jason Ryan for Jessica Hayter and Ed Hayter. It's a field of 6, race number 6, Joe's nifty 50 pace. And let's get a look at this field. And number 1, the Fun Police. Well, had some fun here in the qualifier. Came home, well, 28-2 and was a winner. But you know what? First, we got to start with number 5, Aaron Wood, Big Mac, and Anthony Hunt. I almost threw the video a curveball again, but then I got straightened up before I went off stride there. Sugar, Aaron Wood, Big Mac, you're all over this one.
All over this one, and you know why, right? I always like to mention that I don't like to go to a 2-year-old on top and against older horses. Well, the 4, 5, and 6 here are all 3 and 4-year-olds racing against the 2-year-old rookies on the inside from post 1, 2, and 3, and they are all first-time starters. The most experienced in here is number 5, Aaron Wood Mac. I mentioned a friend of the show and a good friend of mine, Dave Amaccioli out of Michigan. He'll be tuned in and watching. His newest on-gate purchase went to the barn of Tim Myers. Anthony Hunt will be driving and shows some pretty good speed over Woodbine Mohawk Park, 53 and 54 in the latest 2. But that was back in May, right? So this horse has had about 6 weeks to freshen up. I don't know how long this one has been with trainer Tim Myers, but Amaccioli, he's got a good eye for those on-gate sales online. So I'll give Big Mac a shot here. The horse players love him right now at 3-5.
Well, I'd love me a Big Mac right now, but apparently we still got to do a little something here. You know what? The Fun Police is at least your second choice. You didn't completely go away from the 2-year-old because that is a nice qualifier here.
It is a very nice qualifier. And one more thing, the 2-year-olds versus the older horses, you will see the older horses more often than not beat the 2-year-olds out of there, especially when the 2-year-old rookies are making their first career starts. I don't think you're going to see much of any kind of speed from early. From the 1, 2, or 3, though the good late speed showed up for the Fun Police. Colt Son of Stay Hungry, 28-2 on the end of the qualifier over Grand River Raceway. And that's something to think about because we saw a 2-year-old fly home last week. Again, Redland Rocket Man home in 26-4. We don't see many age pacers get home like that. So 28-2 in the qualifier, home for the Fun Police. That's all right.
Number 6, Freight Full of Gold, is one that, the qualifier, 6 beaten 13, but still 59-2. We marveled at the Fun Police. Well, that's 201-2. So actually, Freight Full of Gold, although first you look at 6 beaten 13, faster.
Yeah, and you know what? He was making a move out of the backfield off a very soft half. I mean, his half is going to be 101-3. So he's actually home in 57-4 on that back half. 4-year-old. We're looking at the oldest horse in here, a 4-year-old stallion son of Jimmy Freight. And I can't really believe he's 12-1. I'd be maybe putting him in the second spot now, looking at that final half in the career debut. Again, his back half is 57-4. Nothing wrong with that.
And then we both went to Newtown Street Bomb next, and just for a 4th spot, but the back half's okay.
Back half is okay. We'll use this one for a best of the rest try. Clear favorite right now is number 5, Aaron Wood, Big Mac. And again, I'd likely bump the 6 in and up to the second spot here, just on value alone at 12-1.
And, Aaron Wood, Big Mac, no value, 4-5. But I went to the Fun Police at 6-5. We'll see how it unfolds. The Fun Police and Newtown Street Bomb on the inside. West Coast Dreamin', your attention, please. In the center of the outside, Aaron Wood, Big Mac, and Freight Full of Gold. It's a field of 6 for race number 6. It is a field of 6 for the 6th race into the backstretch. There at the start of the rough, and Aaronwood Big Mac is hungry early. Newtown Street Bomb, and on the inside, the Fun Police is leaving. It is Newtown Street Bomb, and the Fun Police has got the flashing lights on and is driving. Aaronwood Big Mac on the outside now is going to press on. Aaronwood Big Mac, the Fun Police, is racing second. Newtown Street Bomb third away. Freight Full of Gold, West Coast Dreamin', your attention please, is trailing the field. Aaronwood Big Mac has the lead. The Fun Police is right there racing second. 29-1 opening quarter, and Newtown Street Bomb is racing position third, about 7 off the lead. Freight Full of Gold and West Coast Dreamin', and your attention please, 29-1 opening quarter as the field works their way on towards the half, and the rain is coming down a little bit now, and it is Aaronwood Big Mac, the Fun Police. Those two have a bit of separation on the field, and racing third is Newtown Street Bomb, and then Freight Full of Gold. Then moving to the outside, your attention please, and West Coast Dreamin' on the inside. Aaronwood Big Mac at 2-5 on the board. The half was 59. The Fun Police is just trying to stay close enough and give surveillance to Aaronwood Big Mac right now. And your attention please now is moving. Garrett Rooney has the attention of this one, and your attention please is coming a bit. Newtown Street Bomb is still third though. Trailing pair Freight Full of Gold and West Coast Dreamin'. Aaronwood Big Mac, the Fun Police, 129 2 3/4, and Aaronwood Big Mac is not worried about the police. It is Aaronwood Big Mac as they turn for home, and on down the stretch, Rob, they come, Anthony. You don't need to look as the police are not coming. It is Aaronwood Big Mac who's going to win this one. The Fun Police is second. Your attention, please, third, and West Coast Dreamin' fourth, 58 flat, 158 for Aaronwood Big Mac. Proved to be too much for this field. The Big Mac wins. It's a value meal.
Well,
no value. It's a no value meal.
I mean, the switch to the Tim Myers stable following the on-gate online purchase by Almachioli of Michigan. Again, he's got a good eye for those online sales, and he's always shopping. And this most recent purchase shows up in the winner's circle. Likely had some time to freshen up with Myers. His last start happened on May 23rd prior to this evening. Anthony Hahn just floated him on into there, gave him a reminder midway through the opening turn, and cleared quite easy. Was able to settle into a minute 1/5 middle half, and then 28-3. He chased him up on the final turn, and Big Mac was rolling, and now he finishes under wraps here. So a good showing for the new connections.
Anthony looked like he was bored, ready to fall asleep.
He was kind of laxy-daisy on him through the stretch, but home and cooled, right? I mean, when he chased him up in the final turn, this horse just kept on widening his lead. So he was actually kind of trying to shut him down near the wire.
Yeah, I should have said it was a no-value meal. And, the Fun Police was the second choice on the board, so the continuation of that, it's a no-value exactor. But the Fun Police surprised you, did flash a little gate speed.
Did surprise me, the one horse got away well. He was a little bit green too. He was kind of bearing out now and then. You mentioned there was some rain just prior to the half, and as soon as you mentioned that, he was kind of ducking outside of it. So a good learning curve for the Fun Police, and we'll look forward to seeing him next time.
Back in front of us is Aaronwood Big Mac, a 3-year-old wicked bay gelding owned by David Omacchioli, Tim Myers, the trainer, Anthony Hahn in the 6th race with Aaronwood Big Mac. It's the first ever win for Aaronwood Big Mac, and I'm trackside. The Joe's Nifty 50 Group. The sixth race payouts: 5 Aaronwood Big Mac, 282.40, 210. 1 The Fun Please, 282.10. 4 Your Attention Please, 340. $2 exactor, $5.50. Dollar Fry, $13. The Dollar Super, $45. Sixth race. Order of finish from the top: 264,315. That's 264,315.
Alrighty, 2 minutes to go here on race number 7. We are going to quickly roll through some ticket ideas for the late pick 4 at Grand River Raceway. One more time, a reminder, the High Five carryover now featured in the finale. A must play if you're playing some harness in North America tonight. The High Five carryover race 10. Before that, let's get a look right now at some late pick 4 ticket ideas. I'm 4 deep. Starting things up, we got the easy single on the opening leg of the pick 5 to win it for us. Over in race number 8, we're on 4 and 6. Don't quit your day job, along with Top Dealer. Deepest of all, race 9. And on the end of it, 3 deep in the 10th with Johnny Law. Love him tonight. Convoy 22 at a post 6. Better than never from the trailing spot. In for 24 even on a 20-cent pick 4. Gary Guys, late pick 4. Let's see it. Here it is for Gary. He's going to go deepest of all, the opening leg, race number 7, where he used the 5, Harbor Light Ambrose, his top selection with the 2 and 7. He's on the 4 and 6 as well in race 8. His top player in there being 6, Top Dealer. 4 and 3 for Gary in the 9th, and on the end of it, his top selection, I knew it, Johnny Law with the 6, Convoy 22. Gary's in for just 480. Conley Ecclestone, his late pick 4 ticket idea as well. He going big, $19.20 on his 20-cent wager. Conley going big, not staying home here.
Field 4 race number 7 on parade. 1 is Mood Control, brought me down for Jean Tournier and Steve Garceau. Number 2 is All Right, All Right, All Right, Jason Ryan for Zachary Carroll and Karen Carroll. Number 3, Smokin' Hot Dude, Damien McClellan for Ben Wallace and Terry Krawick. And number 4, Hollywood Dow, Travis Henry for Cassidy Schneider and Frank Chiravalotti and Colonel Schneider Jr. Number 5 is Harbourlet Ambrose, Austin Sorry for Rachel Andrew and Ralph Jardine. Number 6, Onyx Bovino, Jay Harris for Lacey McCabe and Glenview Livestock. Number 7, Larjon Levi, Travis Cullen for Patrick Bissett and Larry Lane. And number 8, Diamond Rider, Sammy Filia for Pam Forkey and Triple SXY in the 7th race, the CWCC Pace. Let's get a look at this field. And, well, why don't we stay right there with Diamond Rider? And you were very effusive in your praise of this one last time up before the start of the race. And then, well, he lived up to it. And Diamond Rider, well, I guess the post position really doesn't matter that much.
Doesn't matter at all. I mean, I love this horse last time out, and I'm going to love him again tonight and hope for that 7-2 kind of price. The reason I loved him so much last time out, I caught that replay where he shows a break at the start, a break around the half, and still closed up very well to be 6th and Taste the Trip 53 and 4. The only thing that program line does not show is that he was out to very wide throughout. For me, he was more or less pacing a trip in 51 back on June 25th. So a win next start out did not surprise me, and I believe he can double up right here. He might need some help up front with a hot early pace. I'm not sure what Sammy's going to do with him leaving the gate. There is gate blasting speed possibility here for this one, and now that he's got the clean line, maybe he tries to leave with him here.
Yeah, and Larjon Levi, 8-1 on the board. Look, at last time out, we were surprised that this one was the favorite. Great effort here, June the 25th, the win in 51 and 4, but then moves up a level, and Larjon Levi proved that wasn't a fluke.
Right. Larjon Levi, the form is good right now. Very sharp, first and second in quick speed in the latest 2. And Travis Cullen knows this horse. He's going to go back on board a drive for trainer Pat Bissett, owner Larry Lane. Larjon Levi, I'm having a hard time believing he is 9-1 right now. I mean, if the 8 is 3-1, the 7 should be as well.
Well, I mean, look, he proved that he belongs with these and moved up to this class and was really good. And that 51 and 4, that was just outstanding. My top one, though, is number 5, Harbourlet Ambrose. And what did Harbourlet Ambrose do wrong last time out?
Nothing at all. A very nice victory over Georgian Downs from off the pace. And you've told me before, Georgian is a little bit slower the speed versus Grand River Raceway, and that 52 in 1 mile. That's a big trip, and the horse players loved him on that occasion.
Yeah, and he went a big middle half and then still had enough left to finish by winning by about 8 lengths. Harbour Light Ambrose was just on fire, and that was in a non-winners of 3, and he really caught my attention, and so I came right back to him. And, getting a decent price, 7-2. Number 2, all right. I thought last time out was all right.
Yeah, all right to finish third behind my top two here, Diamond Rider and Largent Levi, and he was racing along up close with those hot early fractions. Rain coming down pretty good right now. I did see number 7, Largent Levi, shaking his head a bit. For the most part, the rain will not bother a standardbred, but I like to keep a close eye on their head action with the rain coming down. The only one that I noticed flicking the head pretty good was number 7, Largent Levi.
Because he was trying to tell you, they can bet me. I shouldn't be 9-1. That's what he was shaking his head about. Now he's shaking his head at the 10-1 now. But
that's a big price for Largent Levi with the form he's showing.
Yeah, and your top one, number 8, Diamond Rider, is sitting at 2-1, and I'm on 3-1 at Harbour Light Ambrose. So those are the two that are getting the most money. We'll see who likes the rain and who doesn't. But I like it in here. It's not raining at all. Mood Control, all right. And Smoking Hot Dude on the inside. In the center, Hollywood Dale, Harbour Light Ambrose. And to the outside, Onyx Bovino, Largent Levi, Diamond Rider. Field of 8, race number 7. They're into the backstretch, gathering speed. And the field for the 7th race is nearing the start. They're at the start in the rough, and Onyx Bovino with Harbour Light Ambrose, and Harbour Light Ambrose is going to blast out with Onyx Bovino, Mood Control, and Smokin' Hot Dude, and now it is Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control, Smokin' Hot Dude third, Onyx Bovino is racing fourth, and then Diamond Rider, Hollywood Dale, back further is Largent Levi, and Diamond Rider is trailing the field, Harbour Light Ambrose, 3-2 on the board, under a strong rain right now. It is Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control as they race on past us, and then Smokin' Hot Dude is third. Racing position to fourth is Onyx Bovino. Then all right. Largent Levi left the pylons and now is on the outside third from last, and then Hollywood Dale and Diamond Rider has to pass them all. It's about 11 lengths off the front. Into the backstretch of a 55 and 1 halftime. Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control. Largent Levi is coming, and as is Diamond Rider, who's moving on the outside. But Smokin' Hot Dude is fourth right now. Diamond Rider is fifth, and Onyx Bovino is sixth. It is still Harbour Light Ambrose off a sharp half of 55 and 1, leading Mood Control by a length and a half, and Diamond Rider 3 wide is rolling around Largent Levi in the center of the track, and on the inside Smokin' Hot Dude, but it is still Harbour Light Ambrose. Mood Control. 3/4, 124. Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control as the field is turning for home under a driving rain. Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control. They're going at it, have a bit of separation on the rest. Harbour Light Ambrose. Mood Control is chasing Harbour Light Ambrose and Mood Control. Harbour Light Ambrose, Mood Control. Harbour Light Ambrose, Mood Control was in a mood to go on by and did. Harbour Light Ambrose did all the work and was second. Diamond Rider and Smokin' Hot Dude, Mood Control at 17-1. Well, made a few long shot players happy.
Just a few. 17-1 removes a lot of plays involved in the multi-leg wagers, right? Mood Control got the best trip of all, and behind the speed of Harbour Light Ambrose. He was ambitious early, 26-2, 55-1. And it's going to be Mood Control to pace to a new lifetime best for Brett McDonald. 153 flat. Largent Levi, he made a big move through the third quarter, but he tailed off going into the final turn. Diamond River kept on coming, and he was actually getting home best of all. Just too far to come this time, Gary.
Yeah, and the thing with Mood Control, He was clearly facing some tougher company in different starts, and just enjoyed getting away from Mohawk. And plus, things really set up well. It's really tough to wire a field under that driving rain with Harbourlight Ambrose doing all that heavy lifting early through the half of 55 and 1.
100%. Take nothing away from his effort tonight. He was still very good tonight, but you had one that was facing easier coming in from the big track at Woodbine Mohawk Park, and what he did, Gary, was just fly under the radar. I mean, he wasn't showing much at the big track, but coming in here, maybe facing easier and getting the trip of his life. Well, that allows for a lifetime best of 153 flat at a price 17-1, and congratulations to those that played along with this horse. Definitely going to sweeten up the exotics as well as be a big value player throughout the multi-leg sequences.
Yeah, and we've seen in the past too that horses not showing form coming in from Mohawk can sometimes make a quick turnaround.
Well, this is it. The speed at Grand River Raceway is not far off from Mohawk. I mean, horses that are showing 52, 53 at Mohawk, they can come in to Grand River and show that kind of speed as well.
Back in front of us, the winner of race number 7, One Mood Control. 3-year-old controlled the Moment Bay gelding. Brett McDonald, the winning driver. Jean Tournier, the trainer, and shares in ownership with Steve Garceau and Marcel Morissette and Leo Tournier. And on trackside, we have the CWCC Group. Welcome to the CWCC Group for a photo for race number 7 under a bit of rain right now. Seventh race, One Mood Control, $36.20, $14.710. 5 Harbourlight Ambrose, $350, $280. 8 Diamond Rider, $360. $2 Exactor, $135.30. Dollar Try, $303.05. And the 20-cent Super, $408.40. Fans note the track condition downgraded to sloppy and minus 1 second. Seventh race, Oro finished from the top. 164.72583. That's 164.72583 in the bottom. Field for the 8th race on parade. Number 2, Don't Play With Fire, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Leonard Gamble. Number 3 is Snowport Chino Toscani for Ashley Lenvoy. Number 4 is Don't Quit Your Day Job, Scott Young for John Pentland and VMB Stable. Number 5 is Jim's First Date. Paul McKenzie for Heather Pickett and John Gray and Chris Jewett. And number 6 is Top Dealer. Jason Ryan for John Pentland and Hut Racing. And number 1 is Cincinnati's Daryl Thiessen for Derek Anderson and Gordon Mason. Well, it's a field of 6 for race number 8. We better quickly get at it, as they're probably going to get to the gate as quickly as possible. There is one Cincinnati. And number 4, don't quit your day job, Sugar. Well, we don't have day jobs. Well, you maybe sort of do, but I definitely don't. I sleep all day. How about don't quit your day job?
I lucked out, Gary, with the job I have in racing, which is mostly nighttime, because I've always been a night hawk. I have had 8 to 5 jobs before, years ago, decades ago, back in Prince Edward Island. But yeah, being a night hawk, I like the evening action. And in this 8th race, number 4, don't quit your day job. Indeed, Scott Young being on the drive for trainer John Pentland. A good showing last time out, 54 and 1 speed to finish 3rd, and did show the 54 and 3 before that. There is some gate speed to work with. I think going forward, with the sloppy conditions, I think horses, you want to have them up and in play, like near the lead, on or near the lead. I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for horses to make up big ground late in the miles.
Well, then it'll be interesting to see which way Top Dealer goes, because you saw this one at London blast to the front and win. But then last time out at Mohawk, sat back early. Nice back half, though.
A really nice back half. And second trainee of John Pentland in here. Short field, I like when a trainer has a pair in a race with a short field, because they can kind of maybe dictate, especially if they've got early speed, and both the 4 and 6, that's what you're getting. It could be the exactor box factor right here.
And one Cincinnati has some good form right now.
Yeah, I'm not sure what to expect from this one. For me, this appears to be a tougher spot. I mean, the players are on him to the tune of 2 to 1. Hot driver Daryl Thiessen, who we haven't seen much of this evening. We're going to see him in our final 3 races tonight.
And number 5, Jim's First Date. Well, the fans aren't respecting that last start at Sarnia, because that's a pretty impressive win in 56 and 1, parked early and then romped a victory.
Indeed, another one that showed gate speed, right? And Paul McKenzie likely to put this one in play. I can get behind this one for a top 3 or 4 finish in here. It's the 2 and 3 that I'm avoiding here. They're the longest shots. Bert Renault on 2, Gina Toscani on 3. Anytime a track goes off, meaning sloppy or a good track, I tend to stay away from drivers that aren't as busy as the likes of Daryl Thiessen, Scott Young, McKenzie, and Jason Ryan.
Well, Sugar's on Don't Quit Your Day Job, and Sugar and I both agree that if we had day jobs, we would quit them. Number 6, Top Dealer, is my top one. I don't want to work in the daytime. Night sort also. We're both sitting at 2 to 1, and we're in agreement with day jobs. We'll see if Don't Quit Your Day Job is good here in the evening, the 8th race. It's Cincinnati and Don't Play with Fire on the inside of the center, Snowport, and Don't Quit Your Day Job to the outside, Jim's First Date, and Top Dealer. Field of 6 on a track that's now sloppy, but listed as just -1 second. Field of 6 for the 8th race. They're at the start and they're off, and leaving out quickly right now. Don't Quit Your Day Job. Snowport comes shoveling out, and Cincinnati's on the inside. Then Don't Play with Fire, Jim's First Date, and Top Dealer. Now Top Dealer 5th, and Jim's First Date went off stride. Snowport, but now Don't Quit Your Day Job wants to hustle right up and grab the front. Don't Quit Your Day Job has got the lead. Snowport, Cincinnati, and racing fourth is Don't Play with Fire. Top Dealer is 5th. They race their way off the turn, 27 and 3 opening quarter. And Don't Quit Your Day Job, and Scott Young's got the lead and is in front by about 2.5 lengths right now over Snowport. Cincinnatus is quickly up and driving already, first over. And then also to the outside is Don't Play With Fire. And Top Dealer is moving on the back of Don't Play With Fire. And then the trailer is Jim's First Date. Of a 27-3 opening quarter, it is Don't Quit Your Day Job. Cincinnatus now on the outside for Double Barrel Daryl has moved up alongside the answer and Don't Quit Your Day Job. Don't Play With Fire is racing third. Top Dealer now is fourth and is coming on. And then Jim's First Date and Snowpour. And it is Don't Quit Your Day Job off a 57-3 halftime of the 32nd second panel. Driving back on against Cincinnatus, who's now a length back. And then Top Dealer out 3 wide is coming now. Then Don't Play With Fire, Jim's First Date. And Snowpour, 3/4, 127-2. Don't Quit Your Day Job, but Top Dealer now is wanting to grab the ace, and it is Top Dealer who has taken over. Top Dealer, Don't Quit Your Day Job. Jim's First Day is looming after an early break. On down the stretch drive they come, and Top Dealer, another break for Jim's First Day. Top Dealer is the winner. Don't Quit Your Day Job is second. Jim's First Date came back on again to finish third. 2 breaks in the mile and Snowpour fourth, 156-4. Top Dealer was the top one in the 8th, Sugar.
Yeah, big trip from off the pace there. Top Dealer winning for Jason Ryan. This horse needed those last couple of starts after missing a month. He was in London until late May and then missed most of June. He came back to finish third over the river, went over to Woodbine Mohawk Park to be fourth. So was rounding into form after missing a month and shows up tonight 56-4 over the off track from off the pace. And he was strong. I mean, you mentioned the 5, Jim's First Date, making a couple of breaks. He might have finished second had he not made breaks tonight. No way they were beating this 6 Top Dealer, though. He showed up with his A game.
Yeah, and we mentioned that he had that good back half in that last start. Certainly stood out. The inquiry sign is up pertaining to 5, Jim's First Date, just pertaining to the breaks because quickly managed to recover again. 2 breaks and still third. Certainly one to keep an eye on. If he doesn't break, he's actually at least a factor. Although, as you mentioned, I think Top Dealer would have beat them all each time out because he was just he was ready and he was a handful and he was strong at the finish.
Yeah, regardless, no shot they were beating 6 Top Dealer in there. Jim's First Date might have been second best had he not made those breaks, but we mentioned it was a pretty good opportunity for the exactor box 4 and 6, and the 6 came back at the better price. You're getting 3-1 on this horse, surprisingly.
Yeah, that is the value play at 3-1 because certainly had the credentials to be bet down lower, but the money went to 4, Don't Quit Your Day Job. Number 6, Top Dealer. And Jason Ryan, victorious. A 3-year-old McWicked Bay Colt owned by Hutt Racing, trained by John Pentland. 3rd win in 6 starts this year for Top Dealer. 3rd win lifetime. Mile of 156-4. Inquiry pertaining to 5, Jim's First Date. Fans note the judge's ruling that number 5, Jim's First Date, did not commit any violations and will stand third. Eighth race payout, 6 top dealer, 810, 360, and 210. 4 don't quit your day job, 250, 210. 5 Jim's First Date, 260. $2 exactor is $16. Dollar try, 1910. Dollar super pays 88.30. Eighth race order of finish from the top is a 5-6-4-2-3-1. That's 5-6-4-2-3-1 on the bottom. Field for the ninth on parade, 1 all she can. Jay Harris for Wayne Smith. Number 2 is Chocolate for Lunch. Scott Young for Derek Anderson and Scott Mason. 3, Sake Bomb. Jason Ryan for Jacob Roberts and Triple S Equine. For Wicked Discovery, Daryl Thiessen for Gerard Demers and J.R. Mervois. 5 is Bargain Bid. Brent Medina for Francis Guillemette and Sonia Jolie. And number 6, Century Kiss Me, Damien McClellan for Ben Wallace and Wallace Standardbreds and Terry Crowick. Field of 6, race number 9. Let's get a look at this field. Number 4, Wicked Discovery. Sugar, one thing I like, since the 1st of January last year, this one has 16 wins. The next closest in this field has 7 wins during that same time period.
Yeah, she was kind of a winning machine over London through the race meet, and she found a condition claiming class where she came back week after week and handled them quite easy. She always has done her best work when racing up close or on the lead. But here's the thing, Gary. After watching race 8, there were closers in there that seemed to be getting home better than the original pace setter who did stay on for second, but I'm thinking these final 2 races with the track now off a second, the reins came heavy. It might favor the closers now in these final 2 races.
Well, one thing I've noticed with off tracks is drivers tend to not adjust early, so they'll go about the same speed early, and then that sets them up to be vulnerable. And so closers do a better job because the track gets tiring, and that front horse went the same half, even though the track is off a bit, and they're just a little vulnerable. Number 1, All She Can, is one that also raced well up close to the pace 2 races ago here.
Yeah, I've got this one pegged as a top 2 threat. We watched Jay Harris hit the winner's circle back in the opener. He gets a rail advantage to work with. Rail advantage here in race number 9, start of a late double, and you're getting a pretty good price here, 4-1 for owner trainer Wayne Smith. All She Can. One to think about. I'm going to call this one wide open and any one of 6.
And she's a class dropper here, as is Wicked Discovery. Number 3, Sake Bomb, is one that was a winner at Hanover in a straight 8 claimer, dominant win 2 races ago.
Yes, an easy winner over Hanover, and that was from off the pace. There was a hot early half, and it just set up for her on that occasion. Last time out, she's racing up close and kind of came up empty off the pocket ride. Still managed a mile and 55-1. Sake Bomb, 5-2 price player. I would not want to see anything below 2-1. I would not want to see anything above 10-1. Again, I see this one wide open.
Number 5, Bargain Bid, is the morning line favorite and yet is 11-1. Thing to note, though, this is now the 4th start for Francis Guillemette, and didn't get much done early, but the last race was much better at Georgian Downs and is going in the right direction.
I love it. I love going in the right direction, and I love coming in from Georgian, switching to the faster Grand River Raceway. Longest shot on the board. I'll give this one a big shot. As mentioned, I didn't see a clear-cut favorite. Shouldn't be a clear-cut long shot either, and that's what you get with number 5, Bargain Bid. Brett McDonald trying for his 2nd driving win on the night.
Yeah, you seldom see the morning line as the last choice on the tote board, so the morning line and the fans are having a drastic difference of opinion, and I'd have trouble leaving Francis Guillemette completely off the ticket. He's got a huge win percentage. He's winning at about 25% of his starts on the year.
Yep.
That's pretty darn solid. It's a field of 6 for race number 9, Sugar. We'll see how it unfolds, and we're both on number 4, Wicked Discovery, double-barreled Daryl for Gerard Demers. And taking up their positions, All She Can and Chocolate for Lunch on the inside, Sake Bomb and Wicked Discovery in the center, Bargain Bid, Century Kiss Me on the outside. Field of 6, the 9th dash on a sloppy track. Field for the ninth race. Into the backstretch. They're all in position. Field is nearing the start. And they're at the start of the round. Wicked Discovery, Bargain Bid, Century Kiss Me, they straddle together. Then Sake Bomb, All She Can, Chocolate for Lunch. It's Wicked Discovery who's got the lead. Bargain Bid is second away. Century Kiss Me still 3 wide from third. Sake Bomb's racing fourth, and then All She Can and Chocolate for Lunch still driving 3 wide. Century Kiss Me, a lot of early action. Bargain Bid is making a strong bid for the lead. Century Kiss Me and Bargain Bid. Wicked Discovery and Darrell took back a little bit and is racing third as they drive their way off the turn, coming on towards itself at 27-1 opening quarter. Bargain Bid's got the lead. Century Kiss Me is getting the parking ticket. Wicked Discovery is racing on the inside in the pocket, and Sake Bomb is fourth, and then All She Can and Chocolate for Lunch, but Bargain Bid leads off at 27-1 opening quarter, and the field heads up towards the half. Wicked Discovery is getting a lovely trip, and the plugs are already out with Bargain Bid, and Century Kiss Me drops back now. Sake Bomb has got third. All She Can is racing fourth. Chocolate for Lunch is racing fifth, and the field is starting to desert Century Kiss Me. And they race on towards three quarters, 55-4 halftime, and quickly Wicked Discovery says, I think it's time to get out and get rolling. Wicked Discovery, and Darrell Thiessen comes on to take the lead. Sake Bomb is on the outside and about to grab second from Bargain Bid, who's dropped back to third, then All She Can and Chocolate for Lunch. Wicked Discovery, but Sake Bomb is looking to bomb Wicked Discovery, and now has come on. Sake Bomb and Jason Ryan. Wicked Discovery could not hold off Sake Bomb right now. All She Can is third. Sake Bomb leads as they come on down the stretch drive, and Jason Ryan and Sake Bomb is going to take this one and is striding clear and will win it. Then second appeared to be All She Can, grabbing it from Wicked Discovery and Chocolate for Lunch. Sake Bomb won 56-2. Things kind of set up nicely for Sake Bomb, and then had enough horse to capitalize very well.
Yeah, we mentioned the closers, right? But you know what? It was going to be clough of those hot early fractions, 27-1, 55-4. If you had the 3-horse pegged before the half mile, you were looking at shops because she was looking very comfortable, sitting third or fourth off those fractions. Jason Ryan, for me, always been a good off-track driver, and I'd play him anytime, fast off-track conditions, but right now he's showing something for me that I'll put in the memory bank. That if we happen to get more off-tracks over the summer, Jason Ryan's going to be a go-to driver for me.
Yeah, and it just it set up really well. And look, that 55-4 half, and yet they come a back half in 1:03. And that really hands it nicely. Look, Wicked Discovery tried to keep on going, but did more of the heavy lifting. And also that early battle, Century Kiss Me, Bargain Bid, and Wicked Discovery, they all go blasting out there. And Jason saying, yeah, I'm loving watching that.
Oh, 100%. And for Wicked Discovery, I mentioned I knew her well from London. A lot of those victories that she's put together in the last couple of years came in the Forest City of Ontario. I was surprised to see her stay on when she was following up those hot early fractions. So good for her picking up the Shodo. Wicked Discovery, a good third. 3-1-4-2, your top four. Jason Ryan coming right back.
And back in front of us, and it is Sake Bomb, a 6-year-old betting line bay mare owned by Triple S Equine Jacob Roberts. The trainer, Jason Ryan, the winning drive. It's the 4th win on the season for Sake Bomb and the 16th lifetime. Jason Ryan taking back-to-back, winning in both races 8 and 9. Ninth race payouts 3 Sake Bomb, 460, 320, 210. 1 All She Can, 450, 264. Wicked Discovery, 220. $2 exactor, 19.20. Dollar try, 22.85. Dollar super, 33.65. Ninth race order finish from the top. 2, 4, 1, 3, 5, 6. That is 2, 4, 1, 3, 5, 6 on the bottom. Field for the 10th race on Parade 1, Johnny Law. Jason Ryan for Ben Hollingsworth and Ashley McMillan and Irene McMillan. Number 2, Brightside Maceo, J.B. Renault for Julie Walker and Darlene Carr. Number 3, Long Shot Panic, Scott Young for Wayne Smith.
Going in a 5.
5
up.
is Vogue Blue Chip, Daryl Thiessen for Rod Boyd and Rick McNeil and John Osinga. Number 6, Convoy 22, Damien McClellan for Kyle Bostons and High Stakes Incorporated and Nancy McNevin. Number 7, Mel's Legacy, Brett Madonna for Patrick Bissett and William Brown. 8 is Mr. Commodore, Jay Havers for Claire Bradshaw and Brian Jameson. 9, Better Than Never, Austin Sorry for Francis Guillemette and Jean Drapeau. And note that number 4 is Magical Ian, Travis Henry for Sean Stacy and David Lumsden. Field of 9, race number 10. Well, Sugar, let's get a look at this field. And you knew I love me some Johnny Law for the 10th race, but love it even more now that Jason Ryan comes in off of back-to-back driving wins.
Right on the hot hands, Jason Ryan. He could actually win the final 3 on this night. So we switch to an off-going track for race number 8. Jason has taken well to the late conditions of Grand River Raceway. Still dealing with a 1-second variant here after a heavy rain prior to race 8. Johnny Law. Well, here's the business on Johnny Law from off the pace last time out. Wicked speed on the final half. He was 26-3 through the third quarter and finished up with a 27-4 final quarter quicker. This horse is likely, he has likely never been better than he is right now. The only question mark about him tonight would be the off-track condition where we're short about a second or two.
Yeah, and certainly he looked good. 54-2 back half last time out. And I knew I had to go to Johnny Law. Convoy 22, though, certainly warrants a lot of attention. This is one that's really enjoyed himself here and got back in winning ways. 3 wins in a row and then fourth and started another win streak last time out.
Yeah, we mentioned last time we were likely expecting an off-the-pace try, running and gunning every time, being on the lead. It's not an easy thing to do for racehorses, so great management last time by driver Damien McClellan to race him from off the pace, and he showed up strong. The thing about him tonight, he might be a little more antsy behind the gate and wanting to leave this 6 Convoy 22. So he does find a good spot to leave from. I mean, we mentioned the rail is not the best spot to try to leave from, so he did the right thing in taking back with the rail last time up, but from post 6, I could see him leaving again and being on or near the front.
Number 9, Better Than Never, is one that I'm not sure if the trailer post will work out well for him because he was really good here on the pace, but then last start at Georgian Downs wasn't able to leave from post 7 and just was not a factor.
Might have been a bit tougher for him last time out as well. You know, he was racing for a $10,000 purse at Georgian Downs, and depending on what Johnny Law wants to do, I'm kind of hoping Johnny Law will try it from off the pace because I think he's better that way. So I'm just not sure where Austin's going to find a spot to sit this horse, but I'm looking for a big bounce back effort from him. I do like his chances for a top 3, and I love the price of 9-1.
A horse that needs a bounce back performance is 5 Vogue Blue Chip. Was racing really well here and at Flamborough. The last couple, not as good. But look at last time out. If we're looking for a closer, this is one that had a 55-second back half last start.
He did come home well in the latest. For me, he has always done his best when he's been up close. So can Thiessen get him off the car to do just that. Maybe get him situated in the front three early. If he manages to do so, I could see him maybe finishing in the top three. But if he takes back, I think he's going to finish in the back part of the high five play. Again, this is the carryover, super high five carryover, non-jackpot wager.
And number 3, Long Shot Panic, is one that certainly can be used to round out the ticket because was beaten a half a length and then 3/4 of a length in the last 2 starts.
He's been much better in each of the last 2. Picks up Scott Young tonight after being second at 27-1, third at 8-1. A price player here at 15-1. And hey, wouldn't be surprised to see Jay Harris try this 8 for a gate blast at 16-1.
We're both on Johnny Law, and right now is 2-1 on the board. Anticipated seeing a lot of money come to Johnny Law and Convoy 22, the top 2 right now. Johnny Law, right side, Maseo, Long Shot Panic on the inside, on the center, Magical Ian and Vogue Blue Chip. On the outside, Convoy 22, Mel's Legacy, and Mr. Commodore. And the second tier, Better Than Never. It's a field of 9 for race number 10. They're moving on into position. And the field is at the start, and they're off. And getting out alertly right now, Magical Ian with Brightside Maseo, Convoy 22, and Mr. Commodore. Johnny Law is 5th away. Then it is back to Long Shot Panic and Better Than Never. Further back is Vogue Blue Chip and Mel's Legacy trailing the field. And Convoy 22 is going to truck right up now and take the lead. And Magical Ian is racing position 2nd. Brightside Maseo is 3rd as the field comes off the turn. Then 4th on the inside is Mr. Commodore. Johnny Law is racing mid-pack 5th, half 27-1. And Johnny Law now is stepped to the outside, giving cover to Better Than Never. Then it is Long Shot Panic, and back further is Vogue Blue Chip, and trailing is Mel's Legacy. Off at 27-1 opening quarter. Convoy 22 has the front. Magical Ian is 2nd. Brightside Maseo. Johnny Law is steadily progressing on the outside and is moving up and is about to come on into contention off a half of 56, but it is still Convoy 22 who's got the lead. Magical Ian. Johnny Law is racing 3rd. Then Brightside Maseo. Better Than Never. Long Shot Panic back to Mr. Commodore. Mel's Legacy and Vogue Blue Chip is trailing off a half of 56. It is still Convoy 22. Magical Ian. Johnny Law is still 3rd, but Convoy 22 off a 56 half is still sharp and is now rolled out to a lead of about 4. Johnny Law is trying to grab 2nd from Magical Ian, but still has a lot of work to do to catch a very sharp Convoy 22. Breaker, we've got ourselves a convoy. It's Convoy 22. Home and cooled out. Better Than Never picks up 2nd. Then it is Magical Ian and Brightside Maseo on the inside. 152-3 for Convoy 22 on a track that supposedly was off a bit.
Well, I believe it's still off a bit. Convoy 22 had no issues with it. Others were finishing well back in there. We figured he'd be sitting on a big one after winning from Off the Pace in the latest. We figured Damien would send him tonight. And sure enough, the horse showed that he wanted to leave. So Damien put him in play again on the lead where he wanted to be on this night. And for me, big mile. 52-3 over that track. And look at it. He's doing it so easy. That's more like 51, maybe even 50-4 on a real good night.
Yeah, and
big trip. Convoy 22 couldn't have won it any easier.
Yeah, and look, it was a legitimate half, and he just drove on as if he'd had a leisurely halftime, and just under wraps Damien McClellan. He doesn't need to do anything with Convoy 22. And Better Than Never was able to come from that 2nd tier and actually pick up 2nd. So we did like the 1, 6, and 9. Johnny Law only finishes 5th, but we do get the 6, 9 as the top 2.
Yeah, I did like the 9 for a better effort. Again, I thought it was facing a little bit tougher over Georgian. No bidding this Convoy 22, though. He's been a front-end specialist type horse, and I figured racing from Off the Pace last time out, yes, indeed, won easy. but I knew he'd be sitting on a big one and likely going for the top here again tonight. I should have played him on top, but Johnny Law, he was so good last time. But you know what? To be asked to go first up for a long ways on that track condition, that's a big ask.
Yeah.
So Convoy 22, with the track the way it was for the finale, he was the go-to play.
Nice high-five ticket because Better Than Ever didn't get as much money as you would have thought. And Magicaline and Brightside Maceo, 13 and 14 to 1.
2 and 4 are definitely going to sweeten up this high five return with the carryover in play. And thanks for the players supporting another carryover at the river.
We'll talk to you again on Friday night, Sugar.
Sounds good. Take care, Gary.
It's a 6-9-4-2-1 back in front of us. Number 6, Convoy 22, a 4-year-old better than Cheddar Bay gelding owned by High Stakes Incorporated and Nancy McNevin. Kyle Boston's the trainer. Damian McClellan with the winning drive, 6th win on the year. It is the 5th win in the past 6 starts for Convoy 22. Mile recorded 152 and 3. Tenth race payout 6 Convoy 22, 580, 380, and 320. 9 Better Than Ever, 750, and 730, and 4 Magicaline, 550. $2 exactor, $52. Dollar Tribe, $254.55. We had a dollar high five of $5,584.70. 20-cent high five, $1,116.94. $2 double of 3 and 6, $21.90. The dollar pick 3 is $30.05. The dollar pick 4, $457.15. And a 20-cent pick 4 is $91.43. And fans note the $1 pick 5, $555.75. 20-cent pick 5, $111.15. The 10th race order of finish from the top is a 5, 4, 8, 3, 7, 1, 6, 9, 2. That's 5, 4, 8, 3, 7, 1, 6, 9, 2 on the bottom. That concludes the live harness racing program for this Wednesday evening. Action resumes Friday, first dash 6:20 p.m. Buenas noches, amigos. Good night, everybody. Good night, Josie Bean.